all creative minds on the behalf of IIC JIMS Vasant. Good morning, esteemed judge, respected teachers and fellow students. Today we of our beloved nation's independence. As we celebrate this significant milestone, we also come together to showcase our thoughts, ideas and voices through this elocution competition. Institution's Innovation Council was established on 21st November 2018 at JIMS Vasant. Since the inception of IICs by the Innovation Cell, as per the norms and directives of Ministry of Faculty, students and staff in various innovation and entrepreneurship related activities such as leadership talks, ideation workshops, seminars, entrepreneurship and other competitive events to enhance the innovation and entrepreneurship. Every participant should keep in mind the following guidelines. Participants must choose an Indian freedom fighter as the subject of their elocution. The elocution should focus on the contribution, struggles and the legacy of the chosen freedom fighter. The elocution can be delivered in Hindi or English. Each participant is allotted 4 to 5 minutes to deliver. The content must be original and prepared by the participant. Plagiarism or use of pre-existing content will lead to disqualification. The use of props, visual aids or acting is not allowed. The focus should remain on the oratory skills and content of the elocution. The decision of the judge is final and binding. No appeals or objections will be entertained. The top 3 winners will be given certificates. Only individual participation is allowed. The participant for today is Riddhi Sharma.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर् भवति भारतम् अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्। भगवद गीता चैप्टर 4 वर्स 8। श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं कि जब जब धर्म की हानि होगी और अधर्म की विजय होगी तब तब मैं जन्म लूंगा। बस यही श्लोक समझाकर तारा रानी श्रीवास्तव के पिता ने उनका विवाह फुलेंद्र बाबू से करवा दिया। 13-year-old Tara always kept wondering about the rebirth of God. Every day she would go to the temple in evening and ask the same question. और कितना धर्म का विनाश होगा, कितने लोग अपनी कुर्बानी देंगे, आप जन्म क्यों नहीं लेते? बिहार के छोटे से गांव सारण में रहने वाली तारा रानी ये ना समझ पाई कि भगवान जब जन्म लेंगे तो वो अपने रूप में नहीं, उनके अंदर उनका करेज बन के लेंगे। वो दिन था 12 अगस्त 1942 का। मंदिर से वापस आते टाइम तारा रानी ने अपने घर के बाहर लोगों की एक अजीब सी भीड़ देखी, मानो जैसे लोग धरने पे बैठे थे। थोड़ी आगे बढ़कर उन्होंने देखा कि उनके पति फुलेंद्र बाबू 2 तिरंगे अपने सीने से लगाए लोगों से बहस कर रहे थे। पूछा तो पता चला कि गांधी जी सिवान पुलिस स्टेशन के आगे अकेले नारे लगाने जा रहे थे। मौत के डर से कोई उनके साथ न चला, पर जब फुलेंद्र बाबू ने बोला कि मैं बापू के पीछे खड़ा होऊंगा तो उनके परिवार ने इस चीज का विरोध करा। अपने पति के अंदर आजादी की ये भूख देख मानो तारा को अपनी सरप्राइज ऑफ एंड she took this as a cue from God that Shri Krishna has taken birth in form of courage in her. Despite belonging to a consecutive family with no formal backgrounds, she did not let her love for nation die with her husband. She fought the stigma, stick to widow, and continued to spread awareness by forming 42 women-led protests along the nation during the Quit India movement. Her legacy is that of resilience and sacrifice. Tara Rani Srivastav, a young woman from humble background, reminded us that the fight for justice and liberty demands unbreakable strength. Her story inspires the young generation to find courage within us and have an undying commitment towards anything you want to achieve. It means however you want to see the world, you will see it. As we remember Tara, God took rebirth in form of a 13-year-old girl who stood in front of bullets fearlessly and fought for her nation. Thank you.
Stone in the history of India's struggles for independence. Mangal Pandey. a man whose courage and sacrifice sparked a movement that ultimately led to the downfall of the British colonial rule in India. Mangal Pandey is celebrated as the one of the earliest and most courageous rebel in India's freedom struggle. Born on July 19, 1827 in the village of Naga, situated in Balia district of Uttar Pradesh, Mangal Pandey came from a Brahmin family, and his upbringing and modest was like many others community, and raised with a strong and sense of duty with honor. This sense of duty would later compel him to join the British India's Company Army as a soldier in the 34th Bengal Native Infantry. Mangal Pandey formed the backbone of the company's military might, yet they were treated with less respect and fairness. This exploitation led to the groundwork for the widespread discontentment which soon erupted into open rebellion. The turning point in Mangal Pandey's life, and indeed in the history of India's fight for freedom, came in 1857. The British had introduced a new Enfield rifle to their troops, and the cartridges for this rifle were rumored to be greased with the fat of cows and pigs. This was a direct insult to both Hindu and Muslim soldiers, as the consumption of cow and pig fat was strictly forbidden in their respective religions. The British, in their arrogance, ignored the deep religious sensitivities of their Indian soldiers. On March 29, 1857, Mangal Pandey decided he could no longer endure the humiliation and disrespect. At Barakpur cantonment near Kolkata, he openly rebelled and attacked the British officers openly and injuring them seriously. His actions were a call to arms, a desperate plea for his comrades to join him in the resisting the oppressive rule of British. Unfortunately, Mangal Pandey was overpowered and captured by British forces. Despite the odds, he remained standing firm in the belief that his actions were just necessary. On April 8, 1857, he was court-martialed and sentenced to death by hanging. As he faced the executioners, Mangal Pandey stood tall, a symbol of resistance and bravery. Though his life was cut short, Mangal Pandey's sacrifice was far from in vain. His actions inspired a widespread rebellion that shook the foundations of British rule in India. As we stand here, more than a century and a half later, the legacy of Mangal Pandey continues to resonate. His bravery in the face of oppression, his willingness to sacrifice his life for the greater good, and unyielding belief in justice are qualities that we must cherish and emulate.
That was very informative. That was very enlightening. Now I'd like to call upon Pratham Saini for the
My name is Pratham Saini from BCA 5 Morning. Today, on this occasion of Independence Day, today we gather to honor the life and legacy of India's most distinguished freedom fighters, Lala Lajpat Rai, a man whose courage, vision, and relentlessness dedication to the cause of Indian independence has left an enduring mark on our nation's history. Born on January 28, 1865, in Roorkee, Punjab, Lala Lajpat Rai was more than just a leader. He was a symbol of strength, determination, earning him the title Lion of Punjab. His early sense of justice and deep commitment to the welfare of his countrymen was remarkable. He recognized that India's path to freedom lay not in political struggle, but also empowering people through education and self-reliance. Lala Lajpat Rai was deeply influenced by the teachings of Swami Dayanand Saraswati and became a prominent leader of the Arya Samaj movement. This movement was not just a religious reform, it was a call to awaken the Indian spirit and reject the social evils that held back the country. Rai believed that for India to be truly free, its people needed to be educated and self-reliant. He established schools, colleges, and social institutions that empowered the masses and laid the foundation for a stronger and more self-reliant India. His work in education was driven by the belief that a well-informed and self-reliant populace was essential for a free and independent nation. In the political arena, Lala Lajpat Rai emerged as a key leader in the Indian National Congress. He was a part of the Lal Bal trio, alongside Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandra Pal. Together, they represented a more assertive and radical wing of the Congress, advocating for Swaraj, a self-rule. They believed that India could not wait for freedom to be handed to them. It had to be demanded, if necessary, taken. Lala Rajpat Rai rejected the moderate approach of early Congress leaders, insisting that a direct action was needed to achieve independence. His fiery speeches and writings inspired countless Indians to rise against the British Raj, making them a central figure in their national movement. Lala Rajpat Rai was not just a political leader but also a prolific writer and passionate orator. His writings in the publications like the Tribune and Young India were more than just articles. They were rallying cries, urging Indians to fight for their independence and awaken to the call of freedom. He used his pen and his voice to galvanize the masses, spreading the message of self-reliance, unity and resistance against the colonial rule. Through his words, he instilled a sense of pride and purpose in the hearts of the fellow countrymen which were suppressed by the British imperialism. One of the most defining moments in Lala Rajpat Rai's came in 1928 during the protest of Simon Commission, where the famous slogan "Simon Go Back" came from. The British government has sent the Simon Commission to India to discuss constitutional reforms, but not a single Indian was included in the committee. This blatant disregard for the Indian representation was met with widespread protest. Lala Rajpat Rai led one of these protests in Lahore, where he stood for fun, a symbol of resistance against British oppression. The protest was meant to be peaceful, but the British police responded with brutal violence. Lala Rajpat Rai was struck repeatedly with lathis, suffering severe injuries. Yet even in the face of such brutality, his spirit remained unbroken. He famously declared, "Every blow aimed at me is a nail in the coffin for the British imperialism." These words were not just a reflection of his personal defiance, they were a prophetic statement that echoed across the nation and strengthening the resolve for millions to fight for the freedom for India. Lala Rajpat Rai sadly succumbed to his injuries on November 17, 1928, but his legacy lives on. His sacrifice became a rallying cry for freedom movement revolutionaries for the independence of India. His life and work serve as a reminder of the power of courage, conviction, and unwavering commitment to justice. As we reflect on the life of Lala Rajpat Rai, we must consider the values he championed: self-reliance, education, and unity. Things that are also needed in today's modern India. He championed these values back in the day when all our populace was suffering under the British oppression. His vision was not just a political freedom but for a nation where every citizen is empowered to live with dignity and self-respect. Today, as we continue to build our inspiration, let us draw inspiration from Lala Rajpat Rai and justice, which is realized in every corner of the world. Lala Rajpat Rai's legacy is not just a chapter in our history; it is a guiding light for our future. By remembering his life and contributions, we not only honor his memory but also the spirit of India, a spirit that will continue to strive for a better and a self-sufficient society. Thank you.
It was indeed very enlightening. Now I would like to call upon Harshit Kapoor.
Yes. So today I'm going to talk about the freedom fighter who felt a sense of fear even after his death. Yes, I'm going to talk about Mr. Chandrasekhar Azad. So, Chandrasekhar of July 1906 in a small village called Bharwa, in the presently known as Alirajpur, and his mother, Jagrani Devi, filled him with the sense of patriotism and independence even from his childhood only. And at the tender age of 15, he learned about the non-cooperation movement led by Mahatma Gandhi, which felt he should be in there, he should be included in there, but since his family revolted against it that no, you should not be going there, you are just a kid and all, so he still left his home and went for the non-cooperation movement, joining, and at the turning point of his life came when he joined Mahatma Gandhi's non-cooperation movement, and his name said Azad, which means free, so it felt other people, and it made a sense that everyone should have the freedom and right. So even his name made a sense of freedom and patriotism in the party, in everyone, and of non-cooperation movement only served to turn him into disillusion, which means he said that non-violence is just nothing that cannot be fulfilled to get the freedom. We should be using weaponized artilleries and all to gain more and more power over the British, to overthrow them. So he joined the HSRA, Hindustan Socialist Republican Association, which aimed at the Weaponized Revolution Act, and along with prominent leaders like Bhagat Singh and Rajguru. One of the most important contributions which I'm going to talk about was the Kapuri train robbery in 1925. This operation was made to fund the party for weaponized artillery and to carry on the revolution. Yes, it was a moving treasury that was looted in the night. No one knew who was it, but due to after prior research, it came out that it was Chandrasekhar Azad and HSRA. So, which led to the manhunt of the members of HSRA, which consequences arised with several execution of several party members and several main freedom fighters. Talking about his struggles and sacrifices, the life of Chandrasekhar Azad was one of the struggle and suffering. In its zeal to lay his hands on him, the British government unleashed brutal repressions of the revolutionary movement. The freedom fighters that said that we should hide our identity and that so that we can move in public freely and all, and that led to making him around 25 different disguises of different religions, which made him untraceable. After talking about his ending, the gallant act in the Alfred Park, which was that he was caught on the train station of Alfred Park, which led it to a gunfight in the jungle with his team, and his final dialogue was, the final words to his teammates and commodores was, दुश्मनों की गोलियों का सामना हमने बचपन से किया है, हमेशा करते आएंगे, हमेशा करते रहेंगे, तो आखिरी वक्त में भी मैं इनका सामना खुद से करूंगा. And which led to a gallant force, and his will was to never get captured alive. वो ये कहते थे कि मैं जिंदा कभी पकड़ा नहीं जाऊंगा इनके हाथों, जाऊंगा तो मर के जाऊंगा, नहीं तो शहीदों के ऊपर जाऊंगा. This was his words. So what happened was, facing enemy's bullets in the fire and in the deep seeing of his commodores died, he shot himself in the head, and that was the end of Chandrasekhar Azad. Even after his death, people knew that he is Chandrasekhar Azad. Britishers were refrained to get near his body for at least 3 hours. No one came near to his body for 3 hours, and everyone was thinking that yeah, abhi khada hoga, abhi maar dega hame. They were afraid of him. And the most prominent one after the Kapuri train loot was the killing of J.P. Saunders, which hit Lala Lajpat Rai, and that led to his demise in the protest. That लाठी चार्ज जब हुआ था उनके सिर पे लगे and he died. So he killed J.P. Saunders as a sense of revenge. That led to this Alfred Park incident. So I'm going to talk about his legacy now. Chandrasekhar.
Last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. He said that not only non-violence but weaponized artilleries and acts of violence are also required to achieve freedom. Actually, I should say that yeah, his acts of wisdom and acts of freedom led to the heat of the movement, which led to other different and prominent acts in the independence of India. So I should say thank you. Thank you so much.
Very insightful. Now I would like to call upon Disha Sharma, who will be presenting on Rani Lakshmi Bai.
Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. Good morning everyone. I am Disha Sharma of BCA 3rd evening, and today I stand before you with the profound honor of speaking about a figure whose name echoes through time with unmatched valor and indomitable spirit. Rani Lakshmi Bai, the fearless queen of Jhansi, was not merely a ruler but a symbol of defiance, a blazing torch of a revolutionary spirit, a legacy that stirs our hearts and fuels our resolve. Picture, if you will, a time when the air was thick, with the suffocating grip of colonial rule, when the cries for justice were silenced by the roar of conquest. Amidst the storm of despair, a warrior queen rose, Rani Lakshmi Bai. Her name is not just a title, it is a battle cry, a cry to rise, a symbol of resistance and a beacon of freedom. In a world darkened by tyranny, she emerged as a blazing star, whose courage and leadership as a roaring flame of defiance and honor. Rani Lakshmi Bai was not just a queen, she was a warrior, a leader whose life was a vivid testament to the power of courage and conviction. Her reign was not defined by luxury or comfort, but by an unwavering commitment to justice and the well-being of her people. She was a queen whose throne was the battlefield, where she fought not for glory, but for the freedom of her land. In the pivotal year of 1857, when the winds of rebellion swept across India, Rani Lakshmibai stood tall as a beacon of resistance. Her leadership became a rally cry for the obsessed. In the crucible of conflict, she wielded the sword of justice with unmatched valor and strategic brilliance. Jhansi was more than a city. It was a fortress of freedom, a symbol of an unbreakable spirit, and the testament to her ability to lead with courage spirit, a flame that refuses to be extinguished. Her personal sacrifices, her unyielding courage in the face of betrayal, and her defiance in the face of overwhelming odds are the bedrock of her legend. Her story teaches us that even the darkest clouds hold the promise of a dawn. That true greatness is not in the glory we see, but in the sacrifices we make for greater good of a warrior. For the courage is not the absence of fear, but the resolve to face it head on. Let your leadership be a beacon of integrity and empathy, inspiring trust and respect through justice and fairness. Stand firm in your convictions, for it is the fires of struggle that character is forged and victory is won. Unite, for together we are stronger and together we rise. In the pages of history, her name is etched not just as a queen. As we honor her memory, let's rise above our challenges, champion justice, and lead with honor, driven by indomitable spirit of Rani Lakshmibai. Thank you.
Disha indeed did an excellent job. Now I would like to call upon Satyam, who will be presenting about Bhagat Singh.
Hello everyone, I am Satyam. At the age of 23. What do you mean? हम जब 23 के होते हैं तो हमारी लाइफ में इम्पोर्टेंस किसी और चीज़ की कुछ और होती है, लेकिन भगत सिंह की लाइफ में 23 की लाइफ में सेक्रीफाइस था। उनने अपनी कुर्बानी अपने देश के लिए दी थी, मतलब हमारे देश के लिए दी थी, और उस कुर्बानी को हमें हमेशा याद रखना चाहिए। तो भगत सिंह So he was born in 1907. Bhagat Singh grew up in a time of profound political unrest. The British Raj, with its oppressive policies, had suffocated the Indian populace. Yet Bhagat Singh was one of them, inspired by sacrifices of his predecessors and the suffering of his peoples. Singh chose the path of revolution, not just act of defense, but also moral obligation. For Bhagat Singh, freedom was not about the colonial rule. It was about the liberation of human spirit from all forms of oppression. He believed that true freedom, good SRA, was testament to his commitment to these ideals. He used to both pen and sword, writing to absorb the true essence of Bhagat Singh's life, a life dedicated to pursuit of freedom and justice. Let us, inspired by his courage, his reason, and his unyielding spirit, as a face of the challenge of our times, may we carry forward taught freedom and Singh's bravery. This is the famous quote done by Bhagat Singh. They may kill me, but they cannot kill my ideas. They may kill me, but they not kill my ideas. They can crush my body. They can crush my body, but they will not able to crush my spirit. Bhagat Singh may have left this world, but the revolution he sparked will continue to burn bright in the heart of those who dare to dream freer world. Thank you.
It was outstanding. Now I would like to call upon Lakshya Juneja, who would be presenting on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose.
Good morning, everyone. Today I am here to speak about one of India's greatest freedom fighters, Subhash Chandra Bose. Born on January 31, 1897 in Cuttack, Odisha. His life is an inspiration tale of courage, patriotism. From a young age, Bose has qualities of leadership and a deep love for our motherland. He was an outstanding student and earned a degree from the University of Calcutta before moving to England to take the Indian Council Service examination, where he excelled. However, his passion for India's freedom led him to resign from the ICS and join the Indian National Congress, where he quickly became a prominent leader. Bose's vision for India's freedom was radical. He believed that only armed struggle could free India from British rule. This belief led him to form the Indian National Army in 1934 with the slogan "तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आज़ादी दूंगा." Under his leadership, INA fought against the British forces. Although they didn't achieve military success, Bose's effects were Netaji's death in 1957 remains a mystery, but his legacy continued to inspire millions. He taught us that freedom is not given, but earned through sacrifices. His life reminds us that true leaders are those who are willing to risk everything for their people. In conclusion, Subhash Chandra Bose's contribution to India's freedom struggle is invaluable. He remains a symbol of bravery, determination, and patriotism. As we remember him today, let us pledge to uphold the values he stood for, a work towards a nation that he would have been proud of. Thank you.
सुप्रभात। आप सभी से मैं बस एक सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ कि आप लोग कितने साल के हैं? 18-19 जी। आज मैं जिस व्यक्ति की बात करना चाहती हूँ वे भी उस उम्र में थे जब उन्होंने एक बहुत बड़ा काम कर दिया। मैं बात कर रही हूँ खुदीराम बोस जी की। खुदीराम बोस जी एक ऐसे परिवार में पैदा हुए थे जहाँ पे 3 लड़कियां थी और कोई भी पुत्र नहीं था। उनके पिताजी को बस एक डर था कि उनकी भी मृत्यु वैसे ही ना हो जाए जैसे उनके पहले और बेटों की हुई। बट उनको नहीं पता था कि उनका ये वाला बेटा देश में कुछ ऐसे काम करने वाला है जिनकी उनको खबर भी नहीं। खुदीराम बोस जी पढ़ाई में बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे थे, उन्हें पढ़ाई का बहुत ज्यादा शौक था। बट धीरे धीरे करके जैसे उन्होंने अपनी सिस्टर निवेदिता और अरविंदो घोष को देखा, उन्हें समझ आया कि उन्हें स्वतंत्रता के लिए एक कदम उठाना पड़ेगा। लगे थे ब्रिटिश सरकार के अगेंस्ट और इस काम के लिए उनको जेल भी जाना पड़ा। 9वीं कक्षा में वो जेल गए। धीरे धीरे करके उनका ये प्रयास और बढ़ता गया। उन्होंने एक ऐसी पार्टी ज्वाइन करी जो ब्रिटिश के अगेंस्ट थी। उन्हें समझ आया कि ब्रिटिश के अगेंस्ट उनको कुछ स्टेप लेना पड़ेगा जिससे एक प्रॉपर फ्रीडम मिल जाए इस कंट्री को। धीरे धीरे करके उन्होंने युगंतर पार्टी में अपना सहयोग दिया। उस टाइम के एक जज थे किंगफर्ड डगलस, जो सारे फ्रीडम फाइटर्स को बहुत ज्यादा परेशान करते थे, तंग करते थे, उनके खिलाफ उनको जेल भेजते। तो बोस को समझ आ गया कि इनके खिलाफ उनको कुछ करना पड़ेगा। धीरे करके उन्होंने एक प्लान बनाया। अब प्लान जब उन्होंने बनाया तो एक दिन उनको खबर पता चली कि डगलस जो है वो एक कॉटेज में जाएंगे। इस टाइम तक उन्होंने बम बनाना और बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज ऐसी सीख ली थी जो ब्रिटिश के अगेंस्ट हमें काम आ सकती। बोस ने उनके ऊपर बॉम्ब फेंके, बट अफसोस पता चला कि उस कैरेज में डगलस नहीं था बल्कि कोई फ्रेंच क्रिमिनल था। उसकी वजह से पता चला उंगली कर दी थी तो बोस को एक फांसी की सजा सुनाई। ये वो ही लोग थे जो देश का अन्न खाते थे बट देश से गद्दारी करते थे और बोस को फांसी की सजा सुनाई। पर बोस नाराज नहीं हुआ, बोस ने खुशी खुशी फांसी को एक्सेप्ट किया। अब बोस भी एक ऐसी उम्र था, हमारी उम्र में 18 साल की उम्र, जिस उम्र में हम पार्टी करना चाहते हैं, क्लब जाना चाहते हैं और पता नहीं कैसी कैसी चीजें करना चाहते हैं। हम अपनी टी शर्ट्स पे डिफरेंट रेवोल्यूशनरीज की पिक्चर तो चिपकाना चाहते हैं, बट हम अपने फ्रीडम फाइटर्स को नहीं जानना चाहते। मैं आप लोगों से बस यही कहना चाहूंगी कि हम भविष्य के बारे में नहीं जानते, बट हम भूतकाल से ऐसी चीजें पता कर सकते हैं जिससे हमें मदद मिले भविष्य में जीने की। थैंक यू।
That was wonderful. Now I would like to call upon Gurnoor, who will be presenting about Aruna Asrafali. Now our judge, Vineet Verma, would be addressing the audience.
Alright. Thank you so much, Vash. ये होता है अक्सर जब हम बच्चों को नहीं पढ़ाते हैं, धीरे धीरे पढ़ाएंगे. Alright, I'll start my address with this thing that क्रांतिकारियों पे, freedom fighters पे we were talking and students. We put each and every participant in this elocution competition. Your efforts always count. It doesn't matter who is winning the program, who is winning the competition or not. Efforts always count. हार जीत चलती रहती है, तो चलेगी. आपसे अच्छा कोई बोलेगा, आपसे गंदा भी कोई बोलेगा, ये चलता रहेगा, ये बुरा होता रहेगा, ये रीत है. So elocution competition, the speech that you need to give, you need to deliver. So when we are delivering something, today the competition was on freedom fighters. When we are talking about the freedom fighters, you can use the quotations of the freedom fighters in the starting as well. Let's say today I'm going to talk about Guru Gobind Singh. चिड़िया दे संग बाज लड़ा माता है गोविंद सिंह के अलावा. You can start with this kind of quotations of the freedom fighters. Not in between of that. Maybe in the end, the students come up with their good voices, the tone, the pitch. Someone got depressed and got confused with the clutter of words. So whenever you are saying something, whenever you are talking about something, when you are talking about the achievements of the people, you must know one thing, and that is what they have done. And when you are talking about that personality, you should feel you're talking about a great personality. When you feel that you are talking about a great personality, अगर अच्छे व्यक्ति के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, तो आपका उच्चारण, आपका शब्द, आपकी आवाज उतनी हो जाती है. जब आप फील करते हैं कि हाँ उन्होंने कुछ अचीव किया, कुछ देश के लिए किया. कई बच्चों ने अपने अंदाज में बोला, बहुत अच्छा बोला. कई बच्चों ने क्रिएटिविटी का लेवल्स को क्रॉस किया और काफी अच्छा क्रिएटिविटी को इस्तेमाल करने की कोशिश करी. जब आप क्रिएटिविटी को टच करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, रचनात्मक वक्ता बनने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो ध्यान रखिए कि आप उस रचनात्मक चीजों में अपने आप को कंटेंटेड रखें, अपने आप को संयोजित रखें, ताकि आपका एक बैलेंस्ड स्पीच हो सके. इस बात का भी ध्यान रखना होता है. और आप जब want to speak only with the judge, try to speak with the audience as well. This is a way that we teach in communication as well, that if you really want to stop somebody to talk, look into their eyes. उनकी आंखों में देखिए, आप बात करिए, वो अपने आप ही चुप हो जाता है. तो आपका आई कॉन्टैक्ट ऑलवेज काउंट. कीप दिस इन माइंड. यू आर रीडिंग हियर, थोड़ा लोगों को भी देख लिया जाए, इट विल बी गुड.
With this note, thank you so much for your presentation.
Goes to
Shivakanshi.
Now I would like to call upon Ms. Anupri Anand to give the vote of thanks. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of IIC, I would like to thank everyone, whoever is present here. I just this competition is very special for me. I don't think much people know about it. Probably only Vineet sir knows that my paternal grandfather was a freedom fighter. So it makes me even feel more proud when I listen to other freedom fighters and their journeys, what all they did. My grandfather dedicated his life to the ideals and the dreams which we are celebrating today. So let's remember all these things which for celebrating this Independence Day. First of all, I would like to thank our beloved judge, Mr. Vineet sir, for his insight and expertise and for judging our participants and guiding them. Thanks to all the participants. As Vineet sir said, participation is the most important thing. Winning and losing, it happens, it doesn't matter. Participating is the most important thing because it will help you in future. It will help you to build your confidence, which is very, very important. Thanks to all the coordinators, everyone, all those people who work behind the scenes to make sure that this event runs smoothly. Thank you, Krishlin. Thank you, Mansi, Sakshi, Khushi Chauhan, Saksham Bair, and Sadhvi. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the audience for your patience. Okay, thank you so much. I request everyone.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की जय।